Hello, welcome to my next energy healing video. Today I'm going to talk about a type of meditation that's going to be very useful for helping you with the next energy healing technique I will teach, which we will get into in the next video. This particular meditation is a form of vipassana, which the teacher Goenka taught. If you haven't come across Goenka before, he was a businessman from Hong Kong who later became a teacher of vipassana. And incidentally, this form of vipassana meditation is taught in one of the largest vipassana meditation centers in the whole of Europe. And it happens to be only 10 minutes drive from where I live in the UK, called the Dharma Deepa, if people are interested in having a 10-day meditation experience there. Very popular. So, let's talk about this form of meditation. So this type of vipassana meditation involves scanning your body and therefore becoming more aware of your body and eventually, of course, your emotions, thoughts, and your aura. And because it helps you become more aware of your body, more aware of your aura over time, it's much easier to sense into different parts of yourself that you may not be able to sense yet. And of course, the more you know about your physical body, the more you know about your aura, the easier it is to know whether something is yours or not when you are doing healing. Of course, when you are doing healing and energy is coming through your hands to whoever you are healing, that energy flowing through you may well bring up things from within you, an emotion, a bunch of thoughts, a belief, maybe even a physical pain that you didn't realize in the past. So it can be quite confusing to know whether you are feeling that physical pain, having that thought, having that emotion because of something coming up within you, and or whether you are tuning into the person you are treating. Either way, like I talked about with mindfulness during healing, whether it is yours or not doesn't really matter in terms of the purposes of healing most of the time. Whether it be a thought, an emotion, a physical pain, something astral you are sensing. The key thing with most forms of healing is just to relax into it, continue to allow the energy to flow through you, flow through whatever discomfort you have, so that the healing can continue to take place. And it benefits the person you are healing and, of course, you, because whatever that energy is flowing through is starting to change in you as well. So with this form of meditation, becoming more aware of your body, you can have more of a clue of what's yours and what is not, so that you don't waste time treating something that's yours and it doesn't actually impact the person that you are treating at all because they don't actually have that issue. And because you are learning to relax into what you are sensing with this form of meditation, it will be easier for you to treat the person because you are better at relaxing into whatever the issue is that you are feeling within yourself, and it's much easier for the energy to flow through you and for things to change. So if you want more of an explanation on mindfulness during healing, please go back and watch the previous video I did on that for more of an explanation of why that's beneficial to continue to allow energy through you, no matter what you are sensing when you are treating someone. But let's talk about more of this type of vipassana that Goenka taught, so that you can learn to sense more into your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and so on and so on. And of course, as you sense into it, you are learning to relax into whatever you sense. Because sometimes it can be uncomfortable when an emotion, physical pain, or crazy thoughts come to the surface. So this meditation really does help you to relax into it and let the energy flow no matter what's happening within you. So You can go into some of Goenka's videos. I'm pretty sure I've come across quite a few of his videos on YouTube. So I know that a lot of his teachings are on YouTube already. Let's give you a basic method for doing his form of vipassana meditation. So you can have your eyes closed or open. Traditionally, it's taught with eyes closed, of course. And you can sit on the floor, you can sit on a chair, ideally upright without support. But of course, if you need support, then please do have support. Make sure you are comfortable, of course. If you are sitting on the floor, make sure you're comfortable so that your muscles aren't challenged too much. You may need to put pillows under your bottom or under your knees, depending on how you sit, just to make sure it's more comfortable and easier to stay upright. The more upright you are, the better. Because the more upright the spine, the better energy flows through the spine, and so that can be very useful for healing. So that's in terms of body position. And then the actual meditation is scanning through all the different parts of the body bit by bit, from one end of the body to the other. So if you start at your feet, feel into your toes. Can you feel your toes? Can you feel 5 individual toes on each foot? Or is it hard to feel each individual toe? Can you feel the nail bed? Can you feel the first joint of each toe and the second joint? Can you feel where the toes join onto the foot? Can you feel the skin around each toe? Can you feel the blood vessels? Can you feel the skin? Can you feel all the individual bones in the middle of the foot? Can you feel the sole of the foot, top of the foot, sides of the foot? And again, can you feel any pulse of your cardiovascular system there? Can you feel any hairs that you might have on your feet? So as you start to scan through the foot, you may start to realize, okay, I can feel some things more easily than I can others. Some things I can't feel at all. Some things I can't sense at all. Some things are uncomfortable when I tune into it. So no matter what you sense and what you don't sense, relax. Don't judge yourself. Don't have a fight in your mind if you can't feel each individual toe, for example. Try not to judge yourself if there's pain there or any problems there. So whether you can or can't feel anything, to what degree you can feel something, whether you feel something uncomfortable or whether you feel something nice, no matter what it is, let any thoughts about it pass and just carry on scanning up the body. So likewise, after you've done the feet, moving up into the lower legs, the knees, the thighs, the pelvis, and so on, all the way up to the top of the body. And then when you reach there, start going back the other way and scanning through the body all the way down back to the feet. So you go bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, continually over and over again. And what you'll notice is that each time you do that, it gets easier and easier to sense things. You might notice, for example, that it's easier to sense areas that you cannot sense very well. It may not be obvious to start with, but it may become more obvious that some areas you can't feel very much at all. Maybe as you keep scanning and scanning and you start to become more aware of a part of your body, you might notice pain because your body hasn't had any attention in that. You haven't given any attention to that part of your body. And so when you give attention to it and the physical body responds to your attention and starts sending blood there, you might have pain as things start to heal. So it may not necessarily, to start with, be a comfortable experience when you do body scanning. But over time, as the body heals and you get better at sensing things, things start to feel lighter, more comfortable, more relaxed, and feel nicer. And it may take seconds for some areas of your body. For other areas, it may take hours. Other areas still weeks. Other areas months. And I can say after many, many years of doing this type of meditation, even after years, you'll notice things that you didn't realize you couldn't sense. And you can take it to such a degree, this body scanning, that you may start to sense individual cells if you really go far with this form of healing. So, bottom to top, top to bottom, scanning through, feeling what you can feel, what you can't feel. The main pieces of advice I would give would be to start with just the surface of your skin. It can be a bit too much for some people trying to force themselves to feel everything, every joint, every muscle, every blood vessel, every organ, every tissue in the body. It's too much. So just start with the surface of your skin. Start with the surface of your skin and your toes, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, ankle, your shin, your calves, front of your knee, back of your knee, and so on and so on. That's a much nicer way of starting. And what you will notice is naturally it gets easier to feel other things anyway, just by focusing on the skin. The other thing I will say is not to linger too much in one place. It's very tempting for the mind, tempting for the ego, if you like. But when you find pain, or when you find an area you can't feel very easily, it's very tempting to stay long there and try and force your consciousness to feel that area. And it may well be that you can feel that area in more detail if you force yourself. But the trouble is you are learning to force things. You're developing or maintaining the belief that it requires a lot of effort in order for things to change, in order for you to sense more things. So by spending only a few seconds in each place on your body and moving on to the next, and no matter how much you feel or don't feel or how comfortable or uncomfortable it is, by continually moving on, only spending a few seconds in each place, you are letting go of your attachment to any particular area in your body. Because there's no attachment, you'll have a much easier time. You will less likely to develop the belief that you need to put effort into things or fight things. And you will notice by the time you come back to that area for your next run through of your scan, you might find that it's easier to feel that area anyway, or the pain is dissipated without you having to force yourself on it. So it's very, very important to move on, only spend a few seconds in each place so that you don't develop that habit of forcing and developing the belief that things take effort. It helps you really to let go. And that can be very, very useful if you want to take this practice into the healing domain, which we're going to do in the next video. So, a wonderful meditation to do. Oh, and the next thing is that if you do this particular meditation for long enough, for some people it may happen in their first go, who knows? But for a lot of people it can take weeks or months of doing this body scan technique before they start feeling these really, really nice sensations. So because you are scanning and you're letting go of the outcome of your scan, you're just seeing what's there, just acknowledging what's there, what isn't there, whether it's nice or not. The more detached you are from the outcome, the easier it is for you to relax. The less you resist, the less you fight, and therefore, the easier it is for energy to flow through your body and flow through your aura. And the more easily energy can flow through you, the faster it can flow, the higher the vibration that energy is. Literally, energy that you slow down by resisting and reacting to becomes a lower vibration because you're not letting it move so easily. And energy that you allow to move, and therefore is faster at moving, becomes a higher vibration. So you are raising your vibration just by not fighting and resisting and forcing things, by letting things flow. So again, that can be very powerful if you want to use it as a healing method for yourself and others. So when the energy flows and you're energy circuits and your chakras, all the different energy circuits, if you like, in your body open up more. You may start to feel tingling sensations, really lovely euphoric sensations in your body. And if you want to really take this vipassana method further, then you need to detach yourself from even the nice tingling sensations too. If you really want to delve into higher states of consciousness and start to feel deeper into the emotional and the mental and the astral and all the other densities of vibration. If you really want to go far with this, then you need to detach yourself from the nice tingling sensations too. And in fact, if you try to hold on to the tingling sensations, the really nice euphoric sensations, you will notice that they will go, because those euphoric sensations only come via detachment from the outcome of this meditation. Anyway, it's a very, very powerful meditation. It will greatly help in your growth, in your awareness, whether you are wanting to be a healer or not. Very powerful. So I strongly suggest you spend, at least half an hour every day doing the body scan, preferably longer or in 2 sessions per day if you really want to get something from this. If there's any questions, please do write in the comment section or email me. And of course, you can check out Goenka's videos on YouTube as well if you want more information on this particular technique. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. And if you would like to continue to support this channel, please do click on like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.